Hi everyone and welcome to another Friday Craft Club. We hope you're enjoying your summer reading challenge so far and you've been on the website looking at all the fun and games on there. Today we are making some very silly paper roller coasters. So let's get our colouring pens ready and let's get making. To make your roller coaster, what you'll need are some cardboard tubes. These can be any length, a piece of card for your base. I'm using A4, but you can go as big as you want. Some strips of paper, roughly 4 centimetres wide. A ruler, scissors and glue. And make sure you've got adult supervision before you get any scissors out. You'll want some paper for making any extra pieces like the roller coaster cart. And then of course, some colouring pens. So your first job is to take your strips of paper and decorate them. You can decorate them however you like. They can be stripes or zigzags or have pictures on. And if you want to, you can decorate both sides so that when you make those loop-de-loops, you've got patterns everywhere. Once you've decorated those, get your base. And we're going to start building our roller coaster. So if you get one of your tubes and cut slits into the bottom, they don't have to go very far up, just a little bit. And just cut all the way around and then fold them out like a fan. Like so. Then put a little bit of glue on the bottom. And then stick it down on your paper using those strips that you've just cut to hold it in place. Okay, and that's the first piece of your roller coaster done. Next, what you want to do is get one of your strips and then glue it to the top of the tube so that that's the very top of the roller coaster where your cart's going to come down, and then glue the bottom to somewhere on your base piece of paper. Then get another strip of paper that you've decorated, glue it to the end of your first piece, and then you can start to build up your roller coaster track. So you can put in a loop-de-loop if you want, you can put in a twist. So we'll glue that down. So I'm going to put a loop-de-loop in. So all you have to do is continue like that, gluing down the sheets of paper in any direction you want, putting in as many loops and twists as you like. Once you've put all of your pieces together, you might have something that looks a little bit like this. You can really use your imagination and go wild with this craft. So now that our roller coaster's done, we'll put it to one side. Bring in the pieces of paper you're going to use to make your cart. And the first thing to do is to draw a box 4 centimetres by 4 centimetres. Like so. Now what you want to do is draw the same thing, so a square 4 centimetres by 4 centimetres attached to the edge of each side of the one you've already drawn. So now you should have a cross shape. Once you've done that, the next step is to draw in flaps, which are going to help us glue the box together. So on the right hand side of each square, just draw a trapezium. It only has to be very thin, just so that you remember you need that little bit of paper when it comes to cutting it out. Draw and cut out 3 of these. Bring in one of those boxes that you've just cut out, and we're going to trim it a little bit more to make it look like the front of your carriage. So on one of the pieces, just draw a semicircle, like so. And then on the side panels, we're going to draw a diagonal line from this corner to about halfway through the box. And do the same on the other side. Now we're going to trim those pieces off. And we can start to fold it. So you might want to use your ruler to make it a little bit easier. And if you follow the lines, and then just gently fold the paper up. Now put some glue on each of the tabs. And fold them in like so. And then what you've made is your front carriage. So you've got the bar at the front for people to hold on to, and then the seats at the back. Once you've cut and glued out all 3 pieces, you should have something that looks a bit like this. So we're just going to glue them together, putting a little bit of glue on the back of the front one, and then a bit of glue on the back of that second one, and finally attach that to your 3rd section. So now what you can do is put some glue along the bottom, and then we'll attach it to our roller coaster. So once you've glued on your roller coaster carriage, the last thing to do is to name your roller coaster. So for my roller coaster, I really want the silly squad to come along and enjoy it. So I'm going to give it a super silly name to do with all the twists and turns it's got on the track, and call mine the Silly Twister. I'm sure you can think of some super cool names. So I'm just going to get a piece of paper and roughly draw a semicircle, and then above that draw 2 lines and then another semicircle. So that's going to be the outline of our sign that's got the name of our silly roller coaster on. So then it's just a case of writing the title. So I'm going to write Silly Twister. Colouring it in and cutting it out. And then what you can do is bring your roller coaster back in, and we'll glue the title on the side of one of these pillars, so that the silly squads can see from far away that this roller coaster is perfect for them. So just going to glue the title on the side here. And then that's it. Your roller coaster is complete. So we hope you've had fun making these super silly roller coasters, and we'll see you next week where we are making some unicorn piñatas.